What's up, my fellow trash nerds? Welcome back to another episode of good content. And I was gonna make a video earlier. I'm lying, I wasn't. I went to see Doctor Strange, the new Doctor Strange movie, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Doctor Strange. But we're not reviewing that. Remember, this is good content. I tell you things I like, so you hopefully watch them too. But we're not doing that today. We're doing Sonic 2. So expect that episode next Friday. Hopefully I can remember the story by then. Because I'm not watching it again. Getting back from where I watched is a bit of pain for me. I'm not going to explain why. I don't want to be doxxed. I actually say that a lot. It is a big fear for me, but who's gonna dox me, right? Anyway, let's talk about the actual movie I'm talking about, Sonic 2. So it came out a good couple of months ago, and I like Sonic. I like Sonic more than I thought I would. I like Sonic more than I thought I did, because I realized Sonic's basically everywhere. Sure, I don't have like Sonic memorabilia or merchandise in my room or whatever, but you know, I like Sonic. And once I watched the movie, I realized I really do like Sonic. He's a great character, and I used to play the first two games all the time on my DS as a kid. Sure, I didn't get past the first levels, or at least the first level in the first game. For some reason, that one was really hard for me. No, I got past the first level. It's the second level. It's always the second level I can't get past. Even now, I have trouble with it. For some reason, the Sonic sort of meta is a little hard for me, but I like Sonic. Again, I'll say it 100 times. I like Sonic. So, once it finally came on Paramount Plus, which I got a free trial for now that I got money, I watched it twice. I even watched the new Jackass movie. Hopefully I'll do a video on that soon. And yeah, I love Sonic 2. I watched the first one. I did an episode on that 2 years ago, I think. So I'll put that in the description. Along with that, I have a Patreon too and social media, so you should check out. And I like the first one. I did think it was just your typical, let's adapt a random video game because we had a movie we wanted to make, but it wasn't profitable enough as is. There's an ad. That's what I get for using hour-long royalty-free music. Hopefully it is. That's a bit loud to me, but I watched the first one, but honestly, it was probably just a random sitcom movie with a superpowered little guy. So they were like, "Hey, Sega, can we use your character?" And they're like, "All right, fine. Just don't step on our toes and don't mess up the actual character." But guess what? They did, and the fans bullied them into making the character actually look good. And I'll tell them, I thought both Sonics were fine. Obviously, I like the new game Sonic, but I actually kind of thought the ugly Sonic was a bit charismatic. There's a certain charm to it that I thought people were put off because it's not Sonic. It's not typical Sonic. But we all know Sonic comes in very many forms, and we all love him except for ugly Sonic. Come on. I know I'm not the only one out there too. Ugly Sonic has his charm. But yeah, I do appreciate that they changed it, even though it overworked the animators and artists, and they didn't get paid as much as they should. And I'm not saying that's okay. That's very not okay, but still. But I love the first. I like the first movie. It's good. It's good. All right. It's a standard plot line, standard characters. And I'm going to be honest, Eggman's the best part. Of course it is. It's Jim Carrey. Sure, some of his takes on Twitter aren't the best, but still, it's Jim Carrey. I grew up with this guy being tortured as the Grinch. I love him. But, hey, we're not talking about the first movie. I already did that. And probably that video is very bad. So very bad. I just learned how to do thumbnails. But hopefully this video is going to be good. So let's talk about Sonic 2. So the first movie starts out with a cold open with Eggman on the Mushroom Planet. He's trying to get back home using Sonic's little spike you do because he's a hedgehog. Because it has energy from Sonic because he's super powered. And so he's trying to get back home, but he actually opens up a portal. No, he accidentally makes an explosion with the quill, and so people from Sonic's home world come through, make a portal and go through, and Eggman just knocks them all out. I'm pretty sure he kills a couple, but I'm not sure. But after that, and he's knocked on his ass because someone's coming through the portal, and that someone is Knuckles. Man, Knuckles is awesome in this. Like, when I think of Knuckles now, I think of Idris Elba as Knuckles. Like, that's my favorite depiction, besides Sonic Boom. I haven't watched it, but I've seen clips of it, and I love that Sonic. But I do think for a character who's black-coded, being the dumb one is a bit weird. But I guess not. I guess since they're technically not black, and they're an alien hedgehog, I guess they wouldn't be smart. They kind of use magic, so take that as you will. But still, this is my Knuckles. Have I been saying Shadow? Knuckles. I'm talking about Knuckles. Alright, so Knuckles comes through the portal and it's like, I'm gonna beat you up for making that energy, or where did that energy come from? And Eggman's like, alright, I got this from a little blue fella. You wanna come hunt him with me? And Knuckles is like, alright, and they go to Earth, because Knuckles has the portals. The ring portals, which, I'm gonna say this, in the first movie, they made a big deal about the rings being like finite and they can only travel so many places. Like, I'm not even sure you can even reuse them, because they just kind of open a portal, walk through, and they just walk away from it. That's sort of like the only gripe I have with like the whole movie, is that the rings are a bit inconsistent. Whatever. So now we catch up with Sonic, and he stops a robbery, a bank robbery at that, and he does a really awesome job for, you know, a kid. They make a big deal of him being a kid in this movie, so you know, it's a different depiction, because in most of the games he's like a young adult in his late teens, and he's either in his late teens or he's a young adult, so I can relate to that. So a bit more of a kiddish Sonic is a bit, you know, it's new, but still. So he stops a bank robbery, but his new parents, you know, the couple from the first movie who take him in, they notice it, or at least the guy does. Don't ask me about their names, I can't remember them. But the guy does, and he's like, you can't sneak off and stop robberies. There's another ad. You can't stop off and stop robberies and stop crime. I don't care about your hotel. Soon, I'm gonna get this all done with. You can't stop crime in that. And he's like, you have to wait for a real chance to prove yourself and stop a real bad thing happening. Even though he's been stopping things. Sure, there's a little, you know, property destruction, but it's not major. But Sonic's like, ugh. Fine, I'll wait for a real catastrophe to happen. And it happens. Well, it starts to happen. It's more of a butterfly effect, if you know what I mean. Also, I haven't said anything spoilery yet. Go watch the movie. It's good. It's on Paramount Plus, and I think it's still in some cinemas, and the Blu-ray's coming out in like a month or two. So go watch it. save my video for later. Maybe even give it a like if you want. It's free. It's not really free. I know people say it's free, but technically it's not. There's a lot of things you need to get to actually watch YouTube. You need Wi-Fi, a device, money, a job, maybe. There's a lot of things that go into getting here. I know people say it's free because technically it is, but you need a lot of things to do it. So technically it's not free, but it also is. Like YouTube is free itself, but you need an email too. So, and you know, whatever. Technically it's not free, but overall, if you have those things already, it's free. So if you want to like this, you can. I don't want to discourage you, but whatever. It's not like anyone's watching this. Anyway, so Eggman's back and he has Knuckles, and Knuckles has similar powers to Sonic. Like, he's fast, but most of his like power goes into his, you know, knuckles, hence the name. So he just beats the crap out of Sonic, because, you know, technically Knuckles is a full-grown adult when it compared to Sonic. So again, read that as you will. But thankfully, in the last movie, they set up Tails. So Tails comes in and saves the day. And this has to... What the hell fell? I don't know what fell, but something did. Probably over here somewhere on my desk. Speaking of desk, I got Rubik's Cubes now. I got into that since the last video, so yeah, I like Rubik's Cubes now. Anyway, so Sonic comes in and he steals a cop car, which, like I said, leads up into my favorite, like, ongoing jokes, or like a build up to a joke I like. Cause while the guy, Sonic's parents, well, I shouldn't put quotation marks. Sonic's parents go off to his mom's sister's marriage, because she's getting married, which is actually also a ploy to capture Sonic, because her fiance actually works for the government, and the government sensed the Eggman coming onto Earth, and they're like, or like previous events in the last movie, they're like, oh, we need a task force to stop alien invasions or whatever. So they form this government project called, you get this, wait for it, Gun. They call it Gun. I'm not saying that's bad, but it is taken straight from the games. So you know, I'm gonna say this again. Take this as you will. So because of the aliens, Gun forms a trap to capture Sonic, so they make one guy marry the Guardian's sister. I mean, Sonic's Guardian's sister. So they get married, so they can form a trap to capture Sonic in case Sonic goes to a wedding, which he doesn't. So while they're away, Eggman, you know. And that's where Tails comes in with the stolen cop car. And because Sonic's dad is off in Hawaii, I think. Hawaii. I forgot. It's not pronounced Hawaii. Hawaii. I think it's pronounced like that. I don't know. I can't remember right now. There's a lot going in my brain. But since he's off there, he got his deputy. That's right, because Sonic's dad is a cop. He's off in Hawaii. And the deputy takes over, but Tails steals his cop car, so he has to take a little Razor scooter, and he just has to ride around on that. He looks really stupid doing it, but I can't, you know, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, or that it's overall a stupid idea for big guys to be on scooters, because like I keep saying, I'm 6'3", 315 pounds. I look really stupid on small things like that. Like, I got a backpack earlier, and it's, like, small. I think it's, like, small even for, like, a normal person. But I can't imagine what I look like wearing that. But I will Tuesday, but we're not talking about that right now. So Tails comes in, saves Sonic, and they go off, and they're like, what is Knuckles doing here? And what is Eggman doing here? And they figure it out because Sonic has a map given to him by Longclaw, the guardian, his previous guardian. I'm not going to show you this, but because I think it's, I don't know what this is. Plus I might get copyrighted, but I don't know. I'll tweet about it later. Okay, so they figure it out because Longclaw, Sonic's previous guardian, gave him a map and the teleportation rings. Go watch my previous video of this Sonic movie. It's on Hulu or something, I don't know. But let's see. They figured out what's going on. Knuckles and Eggman are going after the Chaos Emerald, which is just the Chaos Gems or whatever they're called, combined into one thing, but they get separated at the end of the movie. So it's not they're not the same thing, just different forms. So that's good because in the games they're not the same thing. So you know, so I'm kind of running out of steam, but so they figure out they go off to the first place because it's a map to get to the Chaos Emerald. They need a few things to get there, so they go there. They get the compass to go to find out where the Chaos Emerald is. But Eggman's there. Now he's all suited up with all his gadgets because he didn't beforehand because he was on a mushroom planet with Knuckles. Well, he's with Knuckles now. There would have been a little apostrophe comma there. Okay, so Eggman's like, haha, you did the easy stuff because he's evil like that. Like, he's straight up evil in this. I don't think in the games he's like straight up evil like he is in these movies, but still. So he attacks Sonic, and Knuckles attacks Sonic and Tails, and they get the compass and they knock out Tails, and Sonic gets his dad to use the ring they give him so they can go back. So I guess that means the rings aren't reusable because Sonic's dad had to use the ring to get back, even though Sonic used the ring to get them there. So I guess they aren't reusable, but still, they're very thrown away in this movie because, as we'll see, Sonic gets his dad to use the ring they used him, and he messed them up with the rings for the wedding. So chaos ensues. Sonic is saved from an avalanche with Tails. But during that, because he lost his rings, that's why his dad had to. Whatever. They throw away the rings, so Sonic no longer has rings. I guess, because whatever. So now that Sonic's at the wedding, they can do the trap and they do the thing, and so Sonic's parents have to save him. Yeah, they have to. Well, Sonic's mom has to save him because they captured him and his dad and Tails. So his mom saves him with her sister because she finds out it's a whole ruse and whatever. But Eggman finds where the Chaos Emerald is with Tails. Knuckles. These names are very generic. I'm not saying they're not iconic. They're generic. So Eggman and Knuckles finds the Chaos Emerald, but it's a booby-trapped temple underwater. But the emerald removes the water since they have the compass. So they go through the temple, they dodge this and that. And while that's happening, Sonic gets saved. Sonic, his dad, and Tails get saved, but Tails is still knocked out. This is how you know they had to do this, because if Tails was awake, I won't say alive, but if Tails was awake, that would have shortened the movie by quite a bit, because Tails would have unlocked them from the cages, and they would have stopped everyone so fast. That would have saved like 15 minutes, maybe even 30. I don't remember the time, but still, if Tails was I'm just gonna say alive. It's easier for now. If Tails was alive, because they basically kill him off, but if Tails was alive, the movie would have been like 30 minutes shorter. It's a 2-hour movie, by the way. So if they did that, you know. Anyway, so Sonic goes off because he's the fastest thing alive. And they've actually announced this previously. They did 2 steps to something that happens in the finale. Sonic can't swim. He hates water. But he runs down the ocean to get to the temple. And right as Eggman and Knuckles get to the temple, get to the Chaos Emerald, and Eggman's about to kill Knuckles, Sonic comes in, and we have one of the bigger fights of the film. Knuckles and Sonic fight. They do like classic moves they've done in previous media. No, don't play your theme. Don't play the theme music. Don't play the theme. All right, that was a Home Depot ad. I'm not advertising anything, but I'm playing this on YouTube, so I'm playing the music on YouTube. But whatever. So they fight, but during that, Eggman actually steals the Chaos Emerald, and he becomes basically God, because that's what the Chaos Emerald is. So because of that, Sonic and Knuckles team up, because they actually have connections to each other, because again, they're from the same homeworld, and they're from their families. They would have known each other if nothing happened in the first movie. Like, their backstories weren't the same, but whatever. So now they're actually friends. And let me tell you, speaking of friends, I'm really glad they didn't do like oh, you made a mistake and I hate you now, or oh, this is the third act, so we have to hate each other so we can split up and learn the true meaning of friendship thing with Sonic and Tails. I just like that everyone, besides like Knuckles and Sonic, kinda, all the relationships in this film are healthy. Like, I'm not counting Dr. Stone and Eggman, but like all the main characters have healthy relationships to each other. I just like that. That makes this movie a lot more positive than it probably would have if it was Ugly Sonic. So, a little penny for your thoughts, or however the saying goes. I don't have a lot of room. You're on my bed right now. If you that makes you feel better. So it's the finale. Eggman's a god. He goes to Stone back in Green Hills, and so does Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails, and his parents. Sorry, Doctor Strange really messed me up. Well, whatever. So now that Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails are there, because Tails stole a plane, they alluded to that. In this movie, they have really good setups. Like, they don't throw it in your face like, hey, this is gonna happen, or this might happen. They're like, hey, this exists, and we're gonna pay it off later. They're really good about that in this movie. I think they were also pretty good about that in the first movie. I don't know. I haven't watched it in a while. It's gotta be over a year now. But it's the finale, baby. Eggman's a god, and he built a giant Eggman robot. And Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails fight him. And to get the Chaos Emerald. I think that's what it's called. But they do that, and bing, bang, boom. They stop Eggman, but before that, Eggman almost kills Sonic twice. 3 times, maybe. But this time, because his family's there and they have the Chaos Emeralds. This sounds copyrighted. I know it's not. But because he has the Chaos Emeralds, he goes supersonic, and he just straight up just decapitates the Eggman robot. But Eggman's not dead, at least not yet. So he just stops Eggman. He cuts off the head of the robot, and he pushes it back, and it falls. And it's alluded to that Eggman might be dead, but he's probably not. Agent Stone was also in the robot, but he survived, so I guess that's alluding to that. Eggman's still alive, of course, but whatever. So Sonic has the power of the Chaos Emeralds, but he just summons or creates 2 really good chili dogs. One for him and one for Knuckles, because Knuckles is new to Earth. And also, I'm also saying that in the first movie, it was weird how Sonic made like pop culture references, but now it makes sense because he makes references to stuff that he's seen while on his time on Earth, which is really cool. That's a really cool way to set up that people make pop culture references. If they're in this world, if they're set in a similar Earth to this, where they have similar movies, then yeah. And if they've seen them, they probably should make pop culture references, but whatever. So Sonic gives up the Chaos Emeralds, and Knuckles rebuilds the main one. So they're like, okay, you protect this one, I'll protect these. Well, no, he sends off the Chaos Emeralds, and Knuckles and him protect the main one. And they go off. And Knuckles' parents just adopt Tails and Knuckles. And now they just live on Earth and have fun. So that's the main story concluded, but there's a post-credit scene where they're like, Eggman is probably dead. But we see Agent Stone and he's fine, so Eggman's probably fine as well. But the government people are like, so while we're trying to sponge off, or whatever the saying goes, everything Eggman related from the government technology or whatever, we found something very deep and very hidden in our info bank or whatever. And there's something there that it's Shadow. They are alluding to Shadow. So we find out that Shadow exists, and he has existed for 50 years. Which means that hedgehogs have been on Earth, or at least humans have been on Sonic's homeworld before, like, within the last, at least 100 years ago. So, that's cool. So we're gonna see Shadow's origin in the next one. Can't wait for that. And that was Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I loved it. As I keep saying to myself, the one word I describe this movie with is delightful. This is a delightful movie, a delightful experience, and I can't wait to watch it again when it comes on Blu-ray. And you know I'm gonna be the first one to get it. So, and this time I mean it, because on Twitter I've said I'm gonna be the first one to pre-order the Baki action figure that Storm Collectibles is making. No ads. No ads. I'm not advertising anything. I'm playing the music on YouTube, but. So yeah. Sonic 2 is a delightful experience that I recommend to everyone. And if you're watching this still, and if you are, thank you. Go check the links in the description and give this video a thumbs up. But if you are still watching, I recommend Sonic 2 very much. It's a delightful experience and I love it very much. As well as I do Sonic. So, that's about it. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what I should do. I don't know. Tell me what I should do. I'm not going to say next Friday. Because I've been consuming more and more stuff. So, I have more stable ideas of what I'm going to do next Friday. So, besides that, I'll see you guys next Friday. Have a good weekend.